What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to give you 3 easy ways to tell if you have a 1970S large date or the much more valuable 1970S small date. It's very, very simple, guys. 3 easy steps, and I'm going to show you right now. So we're going to go over to this photo. On the left we have the 1970S large date, and on the right we have the 1970S small date. And I'm going to show you how to tell the difference. The first thing that you can do is if you take an imaginary line and run it from the top of the small date of the 1 over to the top of the 0, all those numbers should line up. And I'll take a little piece of paper here, and this is one way you can take a photo of it. And as you can see, the 1, the 9, the 7, and the 0 all touch the top of the paper. Now, if you do this on the 1970 S large date, it's also referred to as a low 7. If you touch the 1, the 9, and the 0, the 7 doesn't quite touch. It's a little bit lower. So that's one way that you can tell if you have a large date or a small date. Now, the second one, it's a little harder to see. The 9 in the small date, the curl of the 9 up here at the top is going to point east. So it's going to be going out this direction. On the large date, it's actually going to go southeast. So when it comes down, it's pointing southeast. It's going down in this direction. So that's another way that you can tell. Now there is a fourth way, real quick, before I go over to the next slide to show you the third way. And on the 70 of the small date, on the bottom, if you draw a line from the 7 to the 0, those will both touch evenly. So on the top and the bottom, that's why there's the 2 lines here, they both touch evenly. They're in the same space. Over here on the large date side, you could see down at the bottom, if you tried to draw a line, it would be uneven. If you draw a straight line, there'd be more space here at the bottom of the 0, and there would be more space up here on the 7. So that's just another way. We're going to go over to the slide over here. Now, this is the third way that I like to use to tell if I have a large or small date. On the left, we have the small date. The Liberty is very, very weak. As you can see, it's readable. It's there. It's just very, very weak. On the 1970S large date, it's going to be struck full. It's going to be very easy to read, very easy to see. So you can see the difference between the small date over here and the large date. So let's go back over here and test your knowledge and make sure you know what you're looking at. Here is a 1970S. Is it a large date or is that a small date? Well, let's take what we have learned and see if we can figure it out. Let's take the piece of paper. We'll put it on the 1. We'll put it on the 0. The 9's touching, but there is some space between the 7 and the paper. So that tells me that's a large date. Let's check the 9. The 9 is curling towards the southeast. So that tells me again that is a large date. Let's go over to this photo. Blow it up a little bit here. Now let's try this one. Let's take our piece of paper, touch the 1 and the 0. The 9 and the 7 are touching, which that tells me that is a small date. And the 9 is pointing easterly. So there again, that tells me we have a small date. So there you guys have it. 3 easy ways to tell if you have a large date or a small date. Please give me a like, subscribe, share, and comment down below. We'll see you next time, and happy hunting.